by the time they realize what happened,
So long, sucker!
we'll be driving off into the sunset legacy cemented.
Gotta hand it to you, buddy. You're a real artist.
Hey, that was a clip from the movie The Bad Guys. What do you think? Did you understand it? There was an idiom in it. Did you hear it? Hello, my name is Dakota, and if you've ever walked out of an English class thinking, hey, I'm beginning to really understand English only to be totally frustrated when you sat down and watched an American movie. You may have understood most of the words being spoken, but you couldn't understand the meaning. Having a clear understanding of English is so important, whether it's being used in school, social situations, or in your professional life. English has become the common world language, and regardless of why you're trying to learn it, it is essential that you understand the true meaning of what is being said. To do so, you must understand idioms and phrasal verbs. This is why I'm making these videos. I want to help you learn about idioms and phrasal verbs, but more importantly, I want to do it in a fun and enjoyable way. Learning a new language can be so boring. I'm hoping that by using movies and TV shows, you'll be able to enjoy the learning process more. There will be 7 idioms or phrasal verbs examined in each of these videos, and there will be an initial series of videos analyzing about 100 idioms and phrasal verbs. The number of these phrases will quickly ramp up to more than 1,000 idioms and phrasal verbs as more videos are uploaded. These videos would be great for teachers as well. So sit back and relax, and let's learn about idioms and phrasal verbs.
Okay, let's take a look at our first phrase. The name of this phrase is, go with the flow. The meaning of this phrase is, to do, or agree with what other people are doing. Or to agree with what other people are thinking and saying. An example of this phrase is, many people are obsessed with making money and having more power. I'm not. I just want to go with the flow and enjoy life. Another example of this phrase is, I watch these crazy humans rushing here, rushing there. At the office. Going to the gym. Cutting grass. Going shopping. Fixing the house. Washing clothes. That's not the life for me. I just enjoy going with the flow. Lying on this rock is the most stressful thing I'm going to do all day. This cat is saying that he doesn't want a complicated, stressful life. The last example of this phrase is, when I sit down to watch TV with my boyfriend, I just let him decide what show to watch. I don't really care what show is on. I just go with the flow. The most enjoyment I get during these times is simply spending time with him. This woman is saying that she is an easygoing, agreeable person that is more focused on the love that she feels for her boyfriend than what is on TV. To summarize, go with the flow means to not try to control what happens. To be accepting and agreeable. Great! Let's look at some clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Oh, I don't care. You know me, I just go with the flow. Beach, public pool, they both sound awesome.
In this clip, Sheldon is dreaming about swimming. He says that he doesn't mind where he swims. He can swim at the beach or in a public pool. He will just go with the flow. Sheldon is saying that he's willing to swim at either the beach or the pool. He's relaxed and willing to go to either place. His wife, Amy, is shocked to hear him say this, because Sheldon does not usually go with the flow.
I wish we could all live in the mountains at high altitude. That's where I see myself in 5 years. How about you?
Oh, I agree. I just like to go with the flow. See where it leads me.
What's led you here?
In this clip, Phil is trying to charm Rita into liking him. He tells her that he might like to live in the mountains. She likes hearing this. When he asks her where she wants to live, she says that she will just go with the flow. Rita is saying that she's not sure what the future will be for her, but that she will just go where life takes her.
You're not supposed to end with ha.
You're not?
You're supposed to end with arg.
Got it. Arg!
Hey, that's great.
Thanks. I just went with the flow.
In this clip, Tim and the boss baby are fighting pirates. When the boss baby yells during the fight, Tim stops everything and tells him that he can't say that. Tim says that he should say irg. The boss baby does it again. Tim says he did it great. The boss baby says he just went with the flow. The boss baby is saying that he just let his emotions lead him through the scene. He wasn't trying to act a certain way. He was just trying to let his emotions flow out naturally. Great. Now let's look at our second phrase. The name of this phrase is cut down on. The meaning of this phrase is to do or use less of something. An example of this phrase is, Sissy and I have learned that by giving each other a bath at the same time we can cut down on the time spent bathing. This means that by cleaning each other, they can reduce the time they spend washing. Another example of this phrase is, I've recently learned that by taking the bypass, I can cut down on the time it takes me to drive my boss to work. This means that by using a new way to go to work, I can reduce the time spent driving to the office. The last example of this phrase is, my wife and I have found that by doing our food shopping on Monday mornings, we can cut down on our food costs and cut down on the time we spend shopping. This means that by shopping on Monday mornings, we can reduce the money we spend on food and reduce the time spent shopping. To summarize, cut down on is to reduce the amount of doing something. Excellent. Now let's look at some movie clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Where are we going to have dinner?
Yeah, anywhere you say. Chinese, Italian.
You mean a restaurant? The four of us. Here, it'll cost a fortune.
We'll cut down on laundry. We don't wear socks on Thursday.
We can't afford restaurants. We'll eat here.
Here?
In this clip, Felix is worrying about the date that he and Oscar have the next day with two women. He asks Oscar where they will eat. Oscar says that anywhere is okay with him. Chinese, Italian food, any place is okay. Felix says that eating at a restaurant is too expensive. Oscar says that they can cut down on laundry expenses. Oscar is saying that if they spend less money on doing laundry, they will have enough money to go to a restaurant.
I'll have the usual. Bourbon and water.
Oh, a bourbon man.
I gotta cut down on my drinking. I'm beginning to put away a quart a day.
In this clip, Alan is on a first date with a woman, Sharon. Alan is very nervous and willing to say anything to impress Sharon. When talking about having a drink, Alan says that he needs to cut down on drinking alcohol. Alan is saying that he needs to reduce the amount of alcohol he is drinking. The alcohol that he says he drinks is bourbon, and that recently, he has been drinking a quart each day. Of course, Alan is lying. He doesn't drink bourbon and has never drank a quart each day.
It's a dream come true for any cook. Just filled with positive energy, huh? And you'll be surprised how much a ceiling fan can cut down on your energy costs.
In this clip, Carolyn, a real estate broker, is trying to convince people into buying this home. She tells the people looking at the house that having a ceiling fan will cut down on energy costs. Carolyn is saying that using a ceiling fan is cheaper than using an air conditioner and will reduce the amount of their energy bills. Fantastic! Let's continue on with our third phrase. The name of this phrase is, on second thought. The meaning of this phrase is, to change or revise an opinion about something. An example of this phrase is, I was seriously thinking about quitting my job, but on second thought, how will I pay for my apartment and my monthly expenses if I quit? I need to think about this more. Another example of this phrase is, I love eating out of my red bowl. The food tastes better from it. On second thought, the food from this blue bowl tastes pretty darn good as well. Yummy! This means that although the cat likes eating from the red bowl, he has found, after consideration, that eating from the blue bowl is pretty good as well. He has changed his opinion. The last example of this phrase is, I was only going to buy a few apples, but on second thought, since they're on sale, I'm going to buy more. This means that after noticing that there is a special price on apples, she's going to change her original plan and buy more apples. To summarize, on second thought means to change your opinion or decision on something. Now let's look at some video clips that will provide examples of this phrase.
So what do we do now?
Steal a car?
Piranha!
I was joking! It was a joke!
You know, on second thought, Wolf, maybe I'd wish for a ride.
Oh yeah? Alakazam.
In this clip, the group of bad guys are leaving jail, where they have stayed for 1 year. Wolf had previously asked Snake what he would want if he had 3 wishes. Originally, Snake did not have an answer. However, while standing outside the prison, Snake says, on second thought, maybe I'd wish for a ride. Snake is saying that he has now decided that he actually does have a wish that he wants. He wishes that they had a ride so that they could go home.
I will take this one.
Oh, right. So, well, second thoughts, maybe it's not that bad after all. Actually, it's a sort of classic, really.
In this clip, Anna, a movie star, is buying a book from William's bookstore. William had previously told Anna that one particular book was not a good book. However, Anna decides to buy it. Since William likes Anna a lot, he says, on second thought, maybe it's not that bad. William is changing his opinion of the book to appear as a more agreeable and likable person.
Beach, public pool. They both sound awesome. On second thought, beach. I'd like to befriend a seagull.
In this clip, Sheldon dreams that he could go swimming either at the beach or in a swimming pool. However, after thinking a moment, he says, on second thought, beach. Sheldon is saying that after thinking about this a moment, he would prefer going to the beach because he would like to become a friend to a penguin. So we've now finished 3 phrases. What do you think? Are you enjoying these videos? We have more of these free videos online and we're working hard to add more each week. It takes a lot of time to create this content and we could really use your help. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing to our channel, you will be able to receive notifications whenever we upload a new video to YouTube. We really need your help. Great work! As I said, we're now going to discuss our 4th phrase. The name of this phrase is, for the record. The meaning of this phrase is, we use this before we say something that is official, important, and should be remembered. An example of this phrase is, you're my lawyer and I want to tell you everything about my case. For the record, I want you to know that I am completely innocent. The man is saying that he wants his lawyer to know something very important. He is an innocent man. Another example of this phrase is, I can't believe how great our relationship is. And for the record, I want you to remember who said, I love you, first. It was me. The man is saying that he wants his girlfriend to remember an important fact, that he was the first to say, I love you. The last example of this phrase is, we here, at King Auto, are proud to be the #1 auto dealership in the city. And for the record, we have never had a customer regret buying a car from us. The salesman is saying that he wants to say an important fact. All of their customers have been satisfied after buying a car from them. To summarize, for the record is used before you say something important to someone that you want them to remember. Now let's look at some movie clips for examples of this phrase.
Well, I should get some more firewood.
Hey, for the record, I like Eugene Fitzherbert much better than Flynn Rider.
In this clip, Rapunzel is having a romantic moment with Flynn Rider, whose real name is Eugene. Rapunzel is telling Flynn that she likes the original Eugene more than the updated Flynn because he is more honest and sincere. When she says, for the record, she is saying that her next words are important, that Eugene is more likable than Flynn.
That wasn't so hard, right?
What?
Hey, just for the record, I think you'd make a great dad.
Did you just fake this whole thing?
Yeah, kinda.
In this clip, Bob tricks Calvin into sharing his greatest regret in life. Calvin confesses that he wishes that he had a baby with his wife. After this confession, Bob tells Calvin that, for the record, he thinks Calvin would be a great dad. Bob is saying that the following statement is important and honest. It is that Calvin would be a great father.
Verbatim.
Really? All right. Well, nice to meet you. But that's not who I am at all.
Just for the record, I don't think that's who you are. I don't.
In this clip, Nick is telling Darcy what people say about her behind her back. When Nick tells her the answer, Darcy is a little sad to hear this. She doesn't believe it's true. Nick knows what she's thinking and has pity for her. He says, for the record, I don't think that's who you are. Nick is saying that his next words are sincere and important. That he doesn't agree with what other people think about her. That's terrific. We're now going to look at our fifth phrase. The name of this phrase is, hand it to you. The meaning of this phrase is, to compliment someone on their success or skill. An example of this phrase is, hey boss, I've got to hand it to you. Your hard work is what caused our company to have a great year. The people are complimenting and paying respect to their boss for his hard work and dedication. Another example of this phrase is, I've got to hand it to you guys. Your technology was so much better than everyone else. The man is giving credit to the team for having displayed technology far better than all the other teams. The last example of this phrase is, hey Sarah. I've got to hand it to you. You have purchased an impressive car. It's amazing. The person is complimenting Sarah on her ability to choose such an amazing car to buy. To summarize, hand it to you means to give credit to and pay respect to. Excellent. Now let's look at some movie clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Would I vouch for him if he wasn't?
Gotta hand it to you, totem pole. You're either hard as nails.
In this clip, Griff is wondering if Baby is tough or just scared. Doc says that he chose Baby for his driving skills and that the other gang members should accept him. Griff accepts that Baby is a good driver, but doesn't like the fact that Baby doesn't participate in the robberies. Since Baby is always quiet, Griff says, "I have to hand it to you, you're either hard as nails." Griff is complimenting Baby on possibly being very tough mentally. But Griff is also suspicious that Baby is just a scared little boy.
And by the time they realize what happened, so long, sucker! We'll be driving off into the sunset, legacy cemented.
Gotta hand it to you, buddy. You're a real artist.
In this clip, Wolf is explaining his carefully thought-out robbery plan to the other gang members. When he finishes his explanation, Snake says, "Got to hand it to you, buddy. You're a real artist." Snake is giving Wolf a sincere compliment on planning out this careful and wonderful plan to steal the golden dolphin. Snake is saying that Wolf's idea is so perfect, it's almost like he is an artist for making such a plan.
Dan?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you.
Okay, you'll be there. No, fine. Yeah, I gotta talk to you too. That was Nike. You're gonna announce to the trades that we won the account.
Yeah,
so I gotta hand it to you. I mean, you saved my ass. You saved the company's ass.
Well, actually, Dan, you know, I had very little to do with saving anybody's ass.
In this clip, Dan is talking with Nick about how they were successful at signing Nike as a client. Dan thinks that Nick is responsible for this and says, "I got to hand it to you," for their success. Dan is giving Nick a big compliment because he thinks that Nick is the reason they were successful. Nick doesn't feel good about this because he knows that another employee, Darcy, should get most of the credit. "You're doing great." Let's look at our sixth phrase. The name of this phrase is "not cut out for." The meaning of this phrase is to not be the right type of person for something. An example of this phrase is, "I struck out again." Maybe I'm not cut out for baseball. Another example of this phrase is, "I know that you want me to be a movie star, but I just don't think that I'm cut out for it." The dog is saying that it doesn't think that being a movie star is a good occupation for him. The last example of this phrase is, "I've been practicing golf for a long time, but I don't think I'm cut out for it." The man is saying that he doesn't feel that he has the ability to be a golfer. To summarize, not cut out for is to not have the qualities and abilities needed for something. Now let's look at some movie clips that have examples of this phrase.
You're a leafman. You know how important today is.
You know what? I'm thinking maybe I'm just not cut out for this.
That's the problem. You are cut out for it. And I'm tired of waiting for you to prove it.
In this clip, Nod is telling Ronan that he doesn't feel he's cut out for being a leaf man. Nod is saying that he thinks he lacks the skills to be a leaf man. Ronan disagrees and says that Nod is cut out for it. Ronan is saying that he believes that Nod does have the ability to be a leaf man and he wants Nod to start trying.
Never gonna get a chance to play in front of anybody.
Marty, one rejection isn't the end of the world.
Nah, I just don't think I'm cut out for music.
But you're good, Marty. You're really good. And this audition tape of yours is great. You've got to send it into the record company.
In this clip, Marty is talking to his girlfriend, Jennifer. After getting rejected by the school for his music abilities, Marty tells Jennifer that maybe he's not cut out for music. Marty is saying that maybe he simply doesn't have the necessary skills to be a musician. Jennifer doesn't agree and says that he should not give up.
We're built for other things.
Sorry, Squirt. Some monsters just aren't cut out for the big leagues.
In this clip, a group of scare students are telling Mike that they don't feel they have the skills to scare people. Mike doesn't agree and does not want them to give up. When Mike's friends leave, another student says, "Some monsters just aren't cut out for the big leagues." This student is saying that some monsters simply don't have the necessary skills to be good at scaring people. Okay, we've come to our last phrase. The name of this phrase is, take off. Although this phrase has many meanings, for this video, the meaning is, to leave or go away. An example of this phrase is, "It's really late, Terrence. I'm exhausted. I'm going to take off now." The man is saying that he is leaving the office and will go have a beer. Just kidding. We really only know that he is leaving. Another example of this phrase is, "Wait a minute. Do I know you? Nope. I think that I'm going to take off now." The dog is saying that, since it doesn't know us, he's going to go away. The last example of this phrase is, "We'll be staying only one night and we'll be taking off early tomorrow morning." The people are saying that they'll be leaving the hotel early the next morning. To summarize, take off means to leave, to depart, to go away. Excellent. Now let's look at some movie clips for examples of this phrase.
Where you going? I'm gonna take off. Taking off. It's like, what, 10 o'clock? I'm tired. Irish curse. You don't know.
In this clip, Will tells Chucky that he's tired. He says that he's going to take off. Will is saying that he's going to go home and go to sleep.
Check him out. Light concussion. Uh-oh. I carry him to a hospital.
No. Oh, I don't think you should. Just take off, man. Find your horse you came in on. Goodbye. Thanks a lot.
So sorry about this.
In this clip, two thieves try to rob Julius, but they are unsuccessful. During the attempted robbery, one thief falls off his motorcycle and is hurt. When Julius examines him, he says that they should take him to the hospital. However, the thieves are afraid of this. They just want Julius to go away, so they tell him to take off. Take off means to leave or go away.
Thank you, sir.
Then you saw those two boys run out of the sack of suds, jump in this car, and take off?
Yeah, they peeled away.
In this clip, Jim, the prosecutor, is talking with Ernie, a witness to a robbery. Ernie says that he saw the two young men accused of the robbery jump into a car and take off after the robbery. Ernie is saying that he saw the two young men jump into a car and drive away quickly after robbing the store. Congratulations, you've completed the video. I hope that you will now understand these phrases when you hear them in the future. Now, for anyone that would like to test themselves to check their comprehension, I've included a series of multiple choice questions for you to answer. Please note that the video plays a little fast, but you can stop the video at any time to consider your answers. Good luck!